Hello everybody, ఎలా ఉన్నారు? Especially chemical engineers, their friends, families and fans of chemical engineers. A big hello again. నేను మీ వామ మళ్ళీ ఇంకో స్పెషల్ గెస్ట్ పాత్ ఫైండర్ ఫ్రెండ్ తోటి మీ ముందుకు వచ్చేసాను. సో మా గెస్ట్ గురించి చెప్పే ముందు 2 ట్రివియా షేర్ చేస్తాను. చూద్దాం మరి మా బ్యాచ్కి అయితే తెలిసిపోతుంది అనుకుంటాను. మొదటిది, believing in magic and then how it will make wonders in your life if you have a positive mindset అనేది ఈ అబ్బాయి లైఫ్ని చూస్తే మనము మ్యాజిక్ని మనం కూడా బిలీవ్ చేయడం స్టార్ట్ చేసేస్తాం. మరి రెండోది, ఫినాన్స్, బిజినెస్ అక్యుమెన్, నంబర్స్ మీద గ్రిప్ ఉంటే లైఫ్లో ఫినాన్స్, entrepreneurship, how you control money, how you make money work for you అనేది తిన లైఫ్ నుంచి మనం నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. సో మరి అర్థమైపోయి ఉంటుంది అనుకుంటాను. ఈజ్ నన్ అదర్ దాన్ మిస్టర్ అరుణ్ కలూరి. సో తను ఇప్పుడు ఫినాన్స్ రంగంలో కెమికల్ ఇంజనీర్గా స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి బ్యాంకింగ్ సెక్టర్ నుంచి ఫినాన్స్ ఫిన్టెక్ ఇండస్ట్రీ నుంచి మళ్ళీ బ్యాంకింగ్ సెక్టర్లో అంచెలంచెలుగా లైక్ హీ గ్రూ ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ స్టేజ్, లర్నింగ్ వొరాషియస్ రీడర్ అండ్ ఫాస్ట్ లర్నర్. ఇప్పుడు స్టార్టప్ బ్యాంక్ కూడా వీపీ స్టేజ్కి రీచ్ అవ్వగలిగారు, వైస్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ లాగా కూడా. సో తనతో మాట్లాడి మనము సింగపూర్ గురించి, ఆ సిస్టమ్ గురించి, కెరియర్ అడ్వైజ్, మెంటరింగ్ అడ్వైజ్, లైఫ్ ఛాలెంజెస్, హౌ యూ ఓవర్కమ్ ఇట్, సో వేర్ హీ గెట్స్ హిస్ పాజిటివ్ ఎనర్జీ ఆల్ ద టైమ్, హౌ టు మెయింటైన్ దట్ గ్రోత్ మైండ్ సెట్ అండ్ పాజిటివ్ ఎనర్జీ, అవన్నీ టిప్స్ తెలుసుకొని నేను మీకు షేర్ చేసేస్తాను. యంగ్ జనరేషన్కి లెసన్స్, మెంటరింగ్ అడ్వైస్, సమ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బుక్స్ టు లర్న్, రీడ్ అనేవి కూడా తన దగ్గర చాలా టిప్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అవి కూడా ఐ విల్ లర్న్ ఫ్రమ్ హిమ్. అడిగి తన్ని మీకు కూడా షేర్ చేసేస్తాను. మరి ఐఎమ్ వెరీ ఎక్సైటెడ్ టు టాక్ టు అరుణ్. మరి మాట్లాడేసేద్దామా, రండి. Hello Arun.
Hey, hi. Very nice. Was
Good,
looking
right?
forward to
Yeah.
talking to you.
Thank you for the time actually. ఒప్పుకున్నందుకు, టైం ఇచ్చినందుకు.
No, it's my
been
privilege.
decades, I guess. 2 decades అయిపోయింది కదా మనం మాట్లాడుకొని కూడా.
Close to more than 20 years now.
20 years.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, నేను కూడా I'm looking forward to talk to you actually.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
మనము in depth conversation అసలు ఎప్పుడు అవ్వలేదు అనుకుంటా కదా. నాకు కూడా నీ గురించి తెలుసుకోవాలని చాలా ఎక్సైటింగ్ గా ఉండింది. కొంచెం తెలుసు కానీ అస్సలు తెలీదు మామూలుగా ఏమి బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కానీ.
I think even in engineering after that, once I moved to Singapore as well, I'm in touch with very less friends, right? And of course I'm not that active in the group as well. So but of course I just get to know what any achievements or anything people share. That's why I'm there in the group. I don't know why people exit and get stressed out, but at least for me you have spent 4 years of your life, so if you can be part of that community, you get to know, right?
Yes, exactly. Mana community, yes. Group kuda manadi chala close knit connected ga undindi kada group, so it's nice. Yeah, thank you so much actually.
Sure.
సింగపూర్ గురించి కూడా నేను కొంచెం తెలుసుకుంటాను ఎప్పుడు నీతో మాట్లాడి. అప్పుడు అక్కడే సెటిల్ అయిపోయినట్టున్నావు కదా.
I took one good decision. I took citizenship. Me and my kids are citizens here. My wife is still like permanent
citizens
resident.
అయిపోయారా? ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు
me and my kids.
Nice.
So there are some good benefits. Like citizens అయిపోయాక you will really see the benefits of how government takes care of its citizens.
Care of the
the taxes which you're paying, how you're taken care of.
Okay. సింగపూర్ గురించి మనం చాలా వింటా ఉంటాం కదా. ఇట్స్ వెరీ వెల్ అడ్వాన్స్డ్ సొసైటీ, రైట్? ఇట్స్ వెరీ నైస్. ఓకే, మరి నువ్వు నాకు నీ చైల్డ్హుడ్ గురించి చెప్పు. నాకు చైల్డ్హుడ్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాము, అలాగా మాట్లాడుకుంటా వెళ్దాము. సో చైల్డ్హుడ్ అస్సలు తెలియదు నాకు నీ గురించి కదా, చెప్పు.
Okay. So I think I was born in Visakhapatnam, but నేను ఎప్పుడు మా father, he's a banker, right? He worked in State Bank of India. So my childhood
Okay.
anta, it's in a place called Bastar in Madhya Pradesh. Now it's part of Chhattisgarh, in a place called
Okay.
Jagdalpur. సో ఆ ఊరికి వెళ్ళాలంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం అరకు అది వెళ్తుంటాం కదా, ట్రైన్ యూ విల్ ఎండ్ యువర్ జర్నీ ఇన్ 3 hours, బట్ అది ఇంకొక 7 hours అలాగే వెళ్తే దెన్ యూ విల్ రీచ్ జగదల్పూర్. సో వన్ పాజిటివ్
అరకు నుంచి ఇంకా ముందుకు
అరకు
వెళ్ళాలి,
ముందుకు
ఇంకొక 7 hours. ఓకే,
ఇంకో 7 hours.
జగదల్పూర్ అంటారా? ఓకే.
జగదల్పూర్. అక్కడ దెర్ ఇస్ వన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ప్లేస్, ఇట్స్ కాల్డ్ వన్ చిత్రకూట్ వాటర్ ఫాల్స్ అని ఉన్నాయి. It's actually called
చిత్రకూట్
waterfall. It's actually famous as Niagara Falls of India. I never.
ఓకే, తెలీదు అసలు ఇండియా గురించి నాకు. నైస్.
Yeah, this is what even I'm planning maybe next trip if I should plan there, right? Even I had not been there once I left that place. So I think I was studying there until 6th and 7th standard. అండ్ ఈవెన్ అదే మా ఫాదర్ ఏంటంటే నా పేరు అరుణ్ అని ఎందుకు పెట్టారంటే వెన్ హీ వాజ్ వర్కింగ్ ఇన్ హిస్ బ్యాంక్ దర్ యూస్ టు బి ఎ క్లర్క్ హూజ్ నేమ్ వాజ్ అరుణ్ అండ్ హీ రోట్ దిస్ ప్రిలిమ్స్ అండ్ హీ గాట్ సెలెక్టెడ్ యాజ్ అ డెప్యూటీ కలెక్టర్. సో he thought, okay, if I keep Arun's name to this guy, he will also do something big. So ఏంటంటే so that's how so there were some expectations from me. So I was not like in top 5 and all that, but at least in top 10, top 15. So I used to, ఏంటంటే నాకు తెలుగు రాయడం రాదు, so I only learnt Hindi. So until
so like childhood was in Hindi medium, right?
Hindi,
kind of like
Hindi the language which I took up was Hindi. So I think around 7th or 8th. So
the parents were still like from Andhra, but then they
parents
got
were in Andhra. My mom is from Visakhapatnam and my dad is from Kakinada. And
but
of course
still
they are also
settled there.
Settled because State Bank, right? He was working in State Bank, so he used to
okay, they were moving around.
Basically he was posted in where he got his job in Bastar in that place, so he was just moving around there. And he was working quite hard, right? So he always banks. Now I work in a bank, I know so how much stress people go through. So but he was like very good in managing his finances. That's what in this whatever sharing
finance,
I want to share.
So that's what I'm looking forward to for you. I know you have that business acumen in the finance already in the
side,
genes,
right? So that's what in this sharing I want to call him as budget Padmanabhangar, right?
Padmanabha. Finance
so
guru.
Of course his name is different, but I want to so what happened was, I think in around 7th and 8th standard, he was in his 40s, right? So he decided, okay, it's time to move to Andhra. I don't think my kids are getting their roots, so he shifted to actually he could get a posting in Anakapalli. So I started my 8th standard in Anakapalli. So but there the school had this ICSE syllabus. I think Ranjit was also sharing, right? It's one of the toughest syllabus, and toughest English is the toughest. So you have Julius Caesar from Shakespeare, where the English you cannot understand, but again you have to there will be reading comprehensions in that. And that school was not that school, but it was the best school in Anakapalli. So we were there for around 1.5 years there. And then he got his posting in Visakhapatnam. That's when we came to Visakhapatnam. And here
so wait, like you had your schooling until 8th grade in a different state now, right?
Until 7th in
and then in
Jagdalpur,
the peak teenage stage you moved to
Anakapalli. And here is where then again within 1.5 years he got posting in Visakhapatnam. And luckily I got in a very good school called Kotak Salesian School. So it's considered like one of the best schools in Visakhapatnam. And here, since I was in ICSE, I was given ICSE as well. After coming to Kotak Salesian School, I understood what is the real standard of ICSE. and the English
Okay.
and the people over there, because in Kotak
Mm.
Salesian School, people in ICSE were the cream. So the remaining 2
Okay.
to 3
Top
sections were
cream.
SSC. I was really, it was like I was not able to catch up with them. And because within 3 to 4 months there was
How
this
was
final.
that change? Like coming from a different state to this state, and then you were still
It was
teenagers,
quite challenging.
just starting, right?
It was, of course, in Anakapalli, the school, the expectations were not that high. We were having fun and all that. But coming to Visakhapatnam, it was quite challenging, and
Really
and the
high.
people I used to mingle with were like top of the cream. Even that's what, right? The
Cream.
class topper is Shailaja, which is Arun's wife now. That's why I joke with my mother. Na school lo class topper, engineering class topper, our wife and husband now.
Oh,
Arun
okay. So
Kota.
the Arun's wife, like you know
Arun,
her, okay.
yeah. So, but what happened in that when I
Nice.
was in 9th standard, right? That's the first real setback in my life is school decided to fail me because they could find that because I was the only kid who they failed. And
they can fail just like that. So this is 9th grade, is it?
9th grade, right? You are just in teenage, you are just trying to catch up, and somehow my relatives told to my father, no, change him to another school, he can continue in 9th. But somehow my father decided, no, this is a good school, let him, it's fine, let him restudy 9th. But that was, I think, one of the lowest points in my life, right? That is the first time, because you are always in top 10, top 12 and all that.
Top 10.
And suddenly you need to redo a year, right? So it was.
So they asked you to redo a year because of certain standards or whatever they decided.
Standards, so they said. And there, one lesson which I can share is my father decided, no, he has to do. He never listened to anybody. So this is something which I learned from my father was, okay, if you're deciding something, you just, go ahead with it. You don't just get influenced by anybody else, right? And it was quite challenging to, then I had to take tuitions in English and I was taking tuitions in other. So slowly I worked my way back, and I think I was in top 12 or top 15, I was able to come back.
Oh, okay. So that was really good. Like that age, I can't imagine that you need to have a lot of self-confidence, right? That might have been helpful now if you look back. Maybe
now if I look back, yes,
or the character building you got.
Because that is, again, I'm using that as my lesson to talk to my kids, right? Because at that time I felt was, okay, maybe he took a decision, but there was not much consoling or, people, hey, it's okay, you can move on. But luckily what happened was the friends who had was, I had some good friends there. They started encouraging me, and so I built some very good friendships there. And around 9th and 10th, right? So another thing happened was one of my cousin, right? He started... he joined his engineering in Geetham in computer science. So he came over there. And another cousin also, he could not get engineering. So I had two examples now, right? In our times, you have to be an engineer, you have to be a doctor, or you're a street dog.
Doctor.
Or you're a street dog.
Or is nothing, right? You're
nothing,
done.
Right? So I saw the way my two cousins were treated, right? One cousin who is an engineer, studying engineering in Geetham, whatever he says, chalta hai. When other cousin used to come to our place and all, he was not treated well. So treated well
just because of
he couldn't crack engineering, right? He was studying in some bachelor's, I think BSc he was doing. So that thought came into my mind, hey boss Arun, you have to crack engineering, otherwise you are a street dog. Why I'm saying street dog is now dogs are handled more better I see in Singapore as well. They're given so much care, right? Compared to what care we used to get in our houses when we were kids.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
So that's what...
even now here also the same. Like dogs had better...
birthday parties, cake cutting,
treatment than human beings generally.
Generally, right? So then this thought came into Arun, you have to crack engineering, right? So once I passed 10th, I think I got around 85%. So that I thought was, man, amazing, right? So then after 10th,
But then even that time, look, like people weren't understanding your situation, right? You were just new to the school. You came from a different like state, and they didn't consider any of those things. They just put you like you have to do it. That's it. You have no control, right?
No control.
It's just you are like you need to come out of it on your own. Like it doesn't matter. Like they just said it, and then you have to go through it.
And I think around in 10th, right? So now you have to decide whether you want to go for engineering. I ruled off biology because of my science experiments, right? Because in ICSE you are asked to cut a frog. I can still see the visualization, right? You cut the frog, heart is beating like this. You have to watch it.
Yes.
And again, the cockroaches. I thought, boss, this I cannot do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you need to cut earthworms, cockroaches. Yes.
So then I decided I'm not into this. Let's better take engineering only. And that's what MPC, right? So now after 10th, you have a choice, right? Either you can go into this mass factories of Vikas, Narayana, Chaitanya, or you can go to this small boutique colleges like there used to be special tuition centers for maths, special tuition centers for physics, chemistry, and daytime you go to a government college. So somehow I choose the other option. But this is really worked out well for me because morning we used to go to a maths tuition. I think it's quite popular called Somaraju Maths. And there you used to see so there you used to see people who are aspiring for IIT. After 10th, even I aspired for IIT as well. I fought with my dad. I signed up for this course called Brilliant Tutorials. So we used to get books every month. So me and one of my friend, and at third book I decided, okay, this is way over the head. IIT is not for me. So not for me.
No, wait. So, in the school, how were you? Like, were you a naughty kid or just always
I was
a good kid that you just
not too good,
teachers
but not too naughty. So at least having fun with others. So it was because there was your because I have a younger brother, so you are a bigger brother. So there is some expectations from you that you are a role model, and
you have to behave right.
You have to behave right, a role model for your younger brother. But luckily, my younger brother is just 2 years younger than me. So we are like more than brothers. We are more used to handle more like friends. So that is one more important relationship.
Only two brothers, right, in the family.
Only 2 brothers, me and my
brother. Your younger brother.
So in intermediate, that's what morning. Like 4 o'clock, I used to wake up, go to this Somaraja Maths where.
4 o'clock you guys used to go to the tuitions? My goodness.
Tuitions. And we had to take a bus, right? There is no my father
because
never
of the bus, the 1 hour or 1.5 hour
1.5 hour
before,
And the strange thing about Somraju sir was he never used to have time sense. So he will say the tuition will start at 5:30, but he used to come at 6:30. So we had to wait. But of course, whatever he used to teach was like, out of the people used to come there.
He's the top one, like top, whatever.
Right? So he was like known person for maths and IIT. So there I used to mingle with people who were aspiring for IITs. And then in my intermediate was in a government college called V.S. Krishna College. So there
V.S. Krishna College, okay.
So there I think even Arun was my classmate, Kota Arun.
So Arun Kota, okay.
Yeah, so that's how I know him. So Kota Arun was my classmate, and he also used to come to maths tuition as well. But I got to know him better because he used to come for chemistry and physics tuition in the evening.
Okay.
So that was our routine. Like morning 4 o'clock, you wake up, go to the maths tuition, come home, or go to the college, and then come home, study, and evening go to the tuition, come back, study, and sleep. Because engineering or street dog. right?
Yeah, that's the only two choices
Right,
left.
that's the only two
My goodness.
choices you have. So I think Inter I cracked it well. I think second year they decided, or I decided, okay, it's time to focus on MSET. So morning I used to continue with maths, but evening I used to continue with this coaching center called Alpha Coaching Center, and there I used to.
Okay, that's also.
But that's not there now. But there I used to mingle with people like, of a very, very, they were just doing time pass. But luckily, here is what I wanted to share was the power of association, right? I was able to make my seriousness on my goal because morning I was associating with this people who were, IIT. So I used to think that, oh, these people want to go somewhere in life. So evenings, even though all these guys in the coaching centers were having fun, but I used to, because not every time a teacher comes and teaches you, right? You have these free periods and all that. I used to finish my maths. So still now that's what, right? I feel that rather than having fun, how you used to, because power of association. This is, I think, one of the most important concept in life, that you always need to choose your association well. Otherwise, it will be quite challenging.